All right, we're live. Hey everyone, and welcome to the penultimate place to get your video game news and reviews. This is episode 51 of the Penultimate Game Show, and today's topic is Sony's acquisition of Bungie, finally. If you're listening to this podcast on your favorite podcast service, feel free to give us a good rating on that platform. It helps us with the algorithms, and it helps us grow our audience. If you're watching on YouTube, consider dropping a like and a sub, and don't forget to hit the bell to get notifications for all of our shows like the Marvel Mondays initiative, the Cross Media Show, and Anime Nation. If you're watching on Twitch and have Amazon Prime, oh god, I gotta fix that. No, that's right, Amazon Prime. You have Prime Gaming, which means you have one free sub to give out, and we'd love it if you gave it to us, but if not, that's quite all right. For those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Ben, the director of this channel, and with me, I have my co-hosts, Ryan and Lane. How's it going, guys?
Good. How are you guys doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. Let's start off the show with some housekeeping. I am still in the process of moving, as you can see behind me, so I'm slowly working on putting VODs up on YouTube and on the website, so please have a little patience. The Attack on Titan gang got together this past Sunday to talk all about episodes 78 and 79, and that is going up on YouTube tonight, I promise. Ryan, how did that go? You guys excited for more?
It's getting intense, man. It's going places.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited for more. Oh god, I can't wait that the show is finally ending. But it's exciting, but also like really upsetting.
It is. I understand. It's melancholy.
Yeah. On Marvel Mondays, we spoke all about that new Doctor Strange trailer and also continued our MCU Rewind series with our review of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. That should already be up on YouTube, so go check it out and see where we rank it on our list. I got nothing to say. Guardians 2 is definitely better than Guardians 1, so go watch it.
Okay.
Go watch it. And finally, yesterday, I got with Ryan and John to talk all about the Book of Boba Fett, Season 1, and whether or not it met our expectations, and if we expect a Season 2 for it. That would also be up on YouTube tonight. Just like I said, have some patience, Please, I beg of you.
Just a little patience.
Yeah. And as always, please feel free to leave your thoughts and questions on our SpeakPipe, speakpipe.com/penultimateconquest. So, let's move on to what we've been playing. Ryan, what have you been playing recently?
I've been playing a little game known as Sifu.
Wow. That's right. I forgot about this game.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah? Have you beat it already?
I have come close. I'm on the 4th boss out of 5.
Okay.
And it is just... It's the kind of game I dig. It's that extremely hard but rewarding combat. I don't need a story. Just make the game difficult, have good controls, and let me just go punch things.
Yeah.
It's probably like Soulsborne's.
Okay. Cool.
And I get that run-based roguelike I enjoy. It's a perfect game. I love it. It's great. And go check out Christian's review of it on this channel.
Yeah, that's also up on YouTube, all ready to go. So go check it out.
I'm wondering if we're gonna bring up the comparison of is it the Dark Souls of Kung Fu games?
I mean,
I don't think there's many other Kung Fu games.
I was just gonna say this is probably the first Kung Fu game.
No, just like any hard game, someone's like, oh, it's the Dark Souls of like whatever genre it is.
Yeah, just like Kingdom Hearts 3 was the Dark Souls of my sanity. I'm kidding.
Oh my god.
It was the opposite of that. Kingdom Hearts 2, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Lane, what have you been playing?
Oh man. Currently I'm in between games because I just got through like binge blitzing through Pokemon Arceus.
Okay. Did you like it?
Oh, I absolutely loved it.
Okay.
I was a little wary because I wasn't sure how to feel about like the lack of trainers and gyms and like everything. But like, dude, catching Pokemon is so much fun in that game.
Oh yeah.
And, like running around in that world and like getting attacked by like the alpha Pokemon.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So good. So good.
It's so good.
Yeah. Anything else you've been playing?
Nothing right now. I'm trying to figure out what to play in between. Like I've been dipping it back into a little bit into Far Cry. I'm just trying to bide my time until Friday.
What's this Friday?
Just some game about a girl with a bow and arrow. So like,
Oh, Tomb Raider.
yeah, Tomb Raider thing, right?
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay. I love those Crystal Dynamics games.
robot Jurassic Park Island.
Yeah.
West Coast edition.
I don't know about that. That's not true. I have also been playing Pokemon Legends Arceus, and I've barely made progress in the story. I've just been going out catching Pokemon. Just
Are you still in the first area?
I am in the second area. I just got to
Okay,
the second
you at
area.
least made it out of the first part.
Yeah, I just got past the part where I unlocked the unknowns, which is kind of exciting.
Okay.
Not really.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that there were unknowns in Gen 4 remake. Like there was, Gen
Yeah.
4 in general. I didn't
Yeah,
realize
there are
that.
no scattered around the map.
I
Up
don't
unt-
remember there being any, but like they probably just threw them in this game because they're like, yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah, there's a part where I forgot what city it is, but like once you get the bike, I think that city you pass by a ruin maniac, and he's just there.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I do remember that now.
No, actually,
no.
it's before that. I apologize. It is definitely
I
before
do
that.
remember what you're talking about
The
now.
place.
Is that the Alpha Ruins?
I think that's
is
what
that
it
in
was
Gen
called,
2?
or I think it was the place where the town that has the daycare center. Like it's to the left
Okay,
of that,
yeah.
and I
Yeah.
didn't know that for the first iteration of these games. I just found that
I
out this
totally
time.
forgot.
Yeah, really weird. Okay, cool. I that's all I've been playing. As you can see, I haven't had a chance to play anything.
Yeah. Nah. Since we talked about Pokemon for a second,
Yes.
I do want to. I've beaten it as well.
Okay.
I wasn't a fan.
Wow.
Oh. And
I
you
I
finished the whole game too.
I thought it was a okay game. I like it for it doing something different and new. But this game needed another 6 to 10 months of getting made. There's
In
a
what
lot
sense?
of
I mean,
I don't think it's true because I've heard the argument it's the limitations of the Switch. I don't think it is. I think they could have worked on how ball aiming and all that was done better in the way that whole system works, that gameplay setting.
Okay.
Because I think the way you just throw balls and anything, it doesn't always. The hitboxes are really weird for the Pokemon. So I think that's a problem with it. And I think you could go a little bit farther with the way you do the alpha, not the alpha encounters, the like
The
Scizor and stuff. I don't want to say any more than
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Pokemon.
The
Yeah, the Guardians.
yeah. There you
Yeah.
Is that there?
Yeah.
Could have been a little more thought out than just throw jelly and go.
go. Okay.
But other than that, I think it's a really unique idea. I don't want this to turn into what Pokemon is all the time, but I think it's a neat idea to expand on. I think it's great building blocks, same way Red is.
Okay.
I feel like at this point it's sold so well that I'm thinking they might do like they'll still keep the main series obviously, but like maybe they'll probably make some more of these types of games.
Yeah.
I'm not sure because they got rid of Let's Go. They didn't go back to Let's Go.
I think they will eventually go
Let's Go
back to
didn't
it.
sell this well.
The only
This
problem
is now
with-
the second one of the second biggest launch of like a Pokemon game on the Switch.
that was one game, one iteration, not multiple.
Yeah.
Very
And
exciting.
it's selling like crazy, and like
Mhm.
I feel like they might make it. I mean, you could be right, and they could just do it like Let's Go and like, well, that was fun.
Yeah.
And we'll just go back to the main games.
No, this sold well enough to turn into the next mystery dungeon.
Yeah,
That's where I see this at.
yeah.
Okay.
Keep it like Mystery Dungeon, where you come up with one like every few years or so, and then like
Mhm.
it does pretty well.
So
But
it's-
my main thing is I hope they take some of these mechanics and put them into a main game. I want my battles to look like this.
Yeah.
I want to catch Pokemon like this. I want my routes to look like this. I mean, graphics are better, hopefully.
Yeah.
But like, I loved catching. It was like if I can catch Pokemon like this, and like the battles, like trainers and gym leaders look like this in a main game, like
Yeah.
that's the bar for me now.
I would also kind of like them to take whatever they learn from this and put it into a main game, but keep the trainer battles and keep gyms, you know?
Yeah. No, exactly.
Like that was my biggest gripe for Sun and Moon. There were no gym battles, and I hated it with a passion.
You
so
didn't
much.
like the totem Pokemon?
I fucking hated them so much.
I thought the totem Pokemon were a lovely time.
The Guardians are a step up in the sense that, like, I would still like to battle them more than you get a chance to in this, but like, they aren't as annoying as the totem Pokemon. Like, totem Pokemon would just call out their friends every time I defeated whatever was there, you know?
Oh yeah, fighting 3 Pokemon at one time was a blast.
With only one.
Yeah, that was great.
No, it was the
Great
worst.
time.
The worst. I could
Big
also
fan of Wishy-Washy.
Oh god, it's so annoying. So annoying. I could also see this like
I'm a little wishy-washy on his design, if I'm being honest.
Nah, that's one of the best designs. He's a school of fish. It's great.
yeah. I could also see that they, continue the Legends series, like Lane was saying, but like obviously do it with Kanto, Johto.
Give me a Legend Johto. I just want more Johto content.
Yes, I also want that.
You see, I think we've touched on those games too much. I think we go in order now. The next Legends game should be in Unova.
No, see,
nobody wants to go to Unova. Okay, Brian.
You know what? Black and White, not that bad.
Well,
I like
Black and White wasn't
White-
wasn't that bad, but did we really need a Black and White too?
Yeah, it was probably the best
awesome.
Pokemon game ever made.
No.
Catch some of the best Pokemon in that game.
No, Black and White 2 is probably the best duo games ever made.
No, that's not true at all. Anyway.
This is not a Pokemon podcast.
This is not a Pokemon podcast,
It should be. It
unfortunately.
is now.
It should be. You're right. It should be. Let's get into the topic of the show. Obviously, we're here to talk about Sony and their decision to acquire Bungie, those bastards. How do we, what are our initial thoughts? When we first heard Sony has acquired Bungie, what did we think? Ryan, let's start off with you.
I thought, okay, you up in here trying to be Xbox?
Yeah.
Okay, Bungie. Okay, Sony, I see you. I can't tell if this is an FU at Xbox from Bungie or Sony. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I could definitely see both. I feel like this was more of them like they're making enough money. Obviously, Bungie's is a very talented team, and I think they're making that game that Eric likes so much, Destiny, if I remember correctly.
I think they make that.
Yeah, I think so.
Small little shooter.
Yeah, it's a small little game that happens to be multi-platform for some reason. I don't know why, but like it's doable. No, but I think that they make enough money off of that to, pretty much get by. But I do think that they need help to publish and get what's the word I'm looking for? I guess like go outside of what Bungie, what Destiny is right now, in the sense of just a video game. How they want. I was told that they wanted to make like a Bungie TV show. I mean, why do I keep saying Bungie? A Destiny TV show. So I could
see that.
I could definitely see that. I could see a movie, like an animated movie, which would be pretty cool. I just feel like Disney. Wow. I just feel like Bungie.
Let's not bring Disney into this.
Bungie is looking at Sony like, hey, you scratch our back, we'll scratch yours. We'll help you guys figure out how to do multiplayer games correctly, and you guys help us out with the other forms of content that we are looking forward to doing.
You see, I think what happened is there's probably on their level of knowledge that we don't have into industry that Activision was going to be going away pretty soon. I'm guessing that news was known by Sony for a hot minute.
Yeah.
And they realized with that, the chance to lose the biggest shooter of every year is that could happen if Activision gets bought by Xbox and Microsoft. You lose Call of Duty, there's a chance for it. They say we're going to be doing it for up to 2023, I believe.
Which is next year.
Next year. We have a year that's
Yeah.
guaranteed. And that Warzone won't be going anywhere, but I could see mainline Call of Duty's leaving to
Yeah.
go to Games Pass only. Or even then, you just undercut by putting them on Games Pass and giving them away for free and then selling them for $59.99 on Xbox. And I'm on PlayStation, and then you're like, well, I should just buy the Xbox where I can get all these games for $15 a month.
Yeah.
That's their goal plan here. For Xbox, but for Sony, I think they heard this and were probably in already talked with Bungie because they had. Don't know if you guys are either of you guys Destiny people.
I
A
tried.
little bit. I've dropped off a bit, but I
Oh,
I
okay.
stay up to
So
date on everything.
in D1, Sony got a not exclusive content, but they get content a year before Xbox did.
Timed exclusive content, yeah.
Yeah, timed exclusive content, and they were really overpowered guns always.
Yeah,
And
it was usually like an exotic.
it was it was one or two exotics, and they were always overpowered. So they always had a good relationship with PlayStation.
Yeah.
So it made logical sense for me when I remembered, oh yeah, they would have the timed exclusives and everything for PlayStation. And now PlayStation is in a world where they may not be able to have the world's most popular shooter, so they need to get a shooter that they make sure is on their platform. And Destiny 2 is played by a good amount of people. And whenever Bungie puts out that new IP,
Yeah.
if it's a shooter, it's going to be big because everyone loves Bungie.
Yep.
They may have fumbled the ball a lot with Destiny 1 and 2 over the years, but at the end of the day, they make some of the best feeling gunplay of all time.
By far.
Absolutely. Lane, what were your initial thoughts when you heard about this news?
So initially, like when I first saw the news pop up, I was surprised, but then the more I thought about it, well, I was surprised because I was like, well, Bungie typically, is usually known as for Microsoft because of Halo. But the more I thought about it, I'm like, well, like Ryan's saying, they've always had since Destiny came out, they've had a very close relationship with PlayStation. They get all the time exclusive exotics, some quests and things like that.
Yep.
And it makes sense, I guess, because even if Destiny won't be an exclusive, like I think because what they've said is Destiny is going to stay multi-platform. I think any other another IP, which I'm assuming I know Bungie probably wants to make at some point, they're probably going to want to do something other than Destiny. I think those are going to be exclusive. And then PlayStation wants those games because PlayStation wants other exclusives, especially if they're shooters.
Yeah.
Does anyone remember the year Destiny came out?
I think it was like 10 years ago.
2014?
That's what I'm thinking.
2013?
I'm looking it up right now. 2014.
That's right. Yeah.
So with that, they always said they had a 10-year plan for Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
And the content where Destiny is going right now it's getting close to endgame, where we are done with this idea of the Traveler, the Guardian, all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I definitely do think Bungie is gearing up to make a new game. They want to give Destiny, of course, go out with a bang and then go on to a new IP, and I think that new IP will be PlayStation exclusive.
Whoa.
I honestly don't feel like Destiny is going anywhere. I feel like, from my understanding, I think they had a 10-year plan, but then I feel like they have more of a plan now because of how the game has gone and development and all that. And from my understanding, I'm assuming the story is going to lead up to I want to say it's called Lightfall.
That's where I think it ends. I think
Yeah,
Destiny will
but
be
I
over
don't
at
think it's gonna
Lightfall.
end. I think it's maybe just a big arc that's ending,
Mhm.
and then there's gonna be more story. Say like Endwalker with Final Fantasy 14,
I could
or
see that. I just
where it's like, okay, this is the big arc we've been building for almost 10 years at this point,
Mhm.
and then okay, now we're gonna bring in other story elements, and I think they're gonna make another IP like parallel to Destiny, like
Mhm.
they're gonna make something for maybe people who don't like Destiny that they can play.
Right.
I think my thing is though, these were the guys who are willing to walk away from Halo at the peak of it.
That is a good
Post
point.
Halo 3 and post Halo Reach Halo, they were willing to walk away and go make Destiny.
Yeah.
So I don't think that I think they're one for dropping a game at the top just so it has that ending people want.
It's a good point.
I think I do think that Destiny will, like Layton said, Destiny will probably, they won't do that much content on it, but they'll probably like, maybe do 2 raids a year. I don't know how many raids they do in a year already, but like,
Well,
Usually it's
that'd be
not
one more
two.
than
They're
usual.
usually
okay, so then
yeah, they're usually about one-ish a year
I
because you have
guess
one big like
one every year then
expansion.
is what I'm
So
thinking.
I mean, I feel like if they just expand their team
Yeah,
and like they could make another game simultaneously and Destiny could still keep going.
yeah, this is
Like
also true.
It is. It's very fair.
I just I don't see them working on it as much as they are now, obviously with that being their only game. I think they definitely hire more people and see if they can work on other stuff like I said before with the animation stuff if they want to work on a show or a movie or whatever. Definitely work on that, but also, it is probably something that they want to do. Like they're tired of working on this game. I don't blame them. It is a hell of a game. Obviously, there's millions of people that play this game, and they love it. So I would definitely. I wouldn't be surprised if they continued to work on it and see if like, hey, this is our main source of income. Let's probably keep working on this. But again, they also have Sony studios that could also help with campaigns, like I guess writing wise, if that makes sense. So like I said, it's I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Help us figure out what we need to do in order to make more content, and we'll help you guys figure out how to do multiplayer stuff.
speaking of TV shows, give me that Netflix Destiny show or the Amazon Prime Destiny show. Give me some good lore
I'm
in a
starting.
TV show.
I'm
That's a better way of reading the lore than just getting on a Wikipedia page.
I'm starting to think that anything that goes to Amazon Prime, I'm looking at you, Lord of the Rings, is not going to be good. So let's stay away from
Yeah, but they
Amazon
just
Prime.
dropped Vox Machina. That's incredible.
I
Have you
haven't
watched
seen
that
it.
yet?
I haven't
Oh,
seen it yet.
it's so good.
Okay.
The boys, come on now.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's the only good thing that I've seen so far, The Boys. Oh, God, my camera's
The
acting weird.
first 2 seasons of Man in the High Castle.
Didn't see it. Didn't see it.
That was a good show.
Invincible?
Well, it was for
Never forget
2 seasons.
Never
Yeah,
forget
Invincible.
Invincible.
Why did I forget that one?
You're right. You're right. My apologies. Jeez, guys. I'm sorry.
Here's a thought that I just came up with is
What's that?
this could be as similar to the Gears of War scenario that Xbox did, where they could just create a whole new studio of people with Bungie who only want to work on Destiny and not the new IP and make something akin to the Coalition, which then separated itself from the whole of the company that was making it
Yeah,
to be a second studio.
this is
Yeah,
true.
that's kind of what I was thinking of. Like maybe they'll like, hey, all right, we're gonna expand. Who wants to work on Destiny? And they're like,
Mm-hmm.
I do. So okay, you go over here. All right, who wants to make this new IP that we're working on? I do. All right, well, you're working with this team. There you go. Go have at it,
Mm-hmm.
guys.
Okay.
We have PlayStation money now.
Yeah, exactly. We
We
don't
can
need.
do that.
We could do whatever the hell we want. Before we get into more of the topic, here's a word from our sponsors. This episode is brought to you by Buzzsprout. Podcasting isn't hard when you have the right partners, which is why we've partnered up with Buzzsprout to help you succeed. Buzzsprout gets your show listed on every major podcast platform. So join over 100,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout to get their message out to the world. You'll get a great looking website, audio players that you can drop into other websites, detailed analytics to see how people are listening, tools to promote your episodes, and more. Following the link in the description below lets Buzzsprout know that we sent you and gets you to $20 Amazon gift card if you sign up for a pay plan, and also helps support our show. Thank you, Buzzsprout, for supporting the show. And now let's get back into it. I am expecting Sony to essentially come out with the news maybe in a year saying like, hey, we're coming out with a new game and it's going to be multiplayer, and it's from the creators of Naughty Dog. You know, they decided, you know what, Factions isn't good enough. We're not going to release Factions as a add-on for Last of Us Part 2. We're gonna just go full all out, and turn it into another game, I guess. Yeah, it's that I guess like that's the only reason why I could see why it's been taking them so long to get that.
I mean, there's got to be some other plan than just, oh, it's the multiplayer for Last of Us. Like,
Yeah.
it can't take this long to make
Right.
just a slightly better version of Factions from Last of Us. Like,
Right.
There's something else they're working on.
Absolutely. Well, but apparently they're working on more than one game.
Oh,
But that's a story for another. That's a conversation for another time. What do you think this means for Sony? Obviously, I said that before. It's, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. What do you think? What IP will Sony either bring back or start working on as a multiplayer game besides Last of Us Factions? I mean, Ryan, there's only one answer, right?
There's only one answer.
And what is it?
It is MAG.
I was gonna say Mac, but I was that'd be a stupid answer.
No, the answer that you want to hear is Killzone, but I don't think it's Killzone.
No, I don't think so either. I think they'll take elements of Killzone and probably like tweak them. And
I mean, they could just make something that's essentially Killzone, but they just can't call it Killzone.
yeah, have that second Santa Monica studio work on a new IP and just make it multiplayer. That's all I can think of, really. Like, I don't know what else they could turn into a multiplayer game. Oh, Twisted Metal.
You could do a Twisted Metal. I don't think this is the studio you'd bring in for it.
No, just like the multiplayer. I'm just saying anything multiplayer.
Oh, so okay. I'm just saying. So you're thinking. So here's the interesting thing about the Bungie situation with multiplayer.
Yeah.
And this is the studio to do it. Is Bungie didn't run the way like all the networks and stuff worked. That was Activision for a very long time. They've only just started it, so they're also new on their feet to that. So I don't know if that's the reason why they picked this deal, but if we're going off multiplayer, PlayStation IPs I like to see multiplayered, Resistance.
Ooh. Okay.
Well,
Those are some of my favorite games on the PS3. I'd love to get those as a multiplayer shooter.
I feel like a lot of people would lose it if Resistance came back.
Absolutely.
I don't think they understand that game. That franchise was loved.
I think we could get. It's technically a multiplayer. We could get another PlayStation All Stars Battle.
Oh no, I don't know if we need another PlayStation.
I'm not saying we need it. I'm just saying we could get it.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, that's an option.
It definitely
wasn't
is
a bad game.
Yeah.
I didn't play it. I heard bad things. Like, it just didn't work, But I could be wrong. That could just be me.
No, it was a bad game. But Parappa the Rapper was in it, so it was a good game.
I don't know if that classifies it as good, but okay, if you say so.
He's never been in a bad game.
Sly Cooper was in there.
I would say that's definitely wrong. Parappa the Rapper was a bad game.
Now,
Oh.
Parappa the Rapper 2 was also a bad game.
no, those are two classics, Ruben.
I don't know if they're classic.
Those
buddy.
are iconic PlayStation characters
iconic.
that
Yes.
belong.
The only character I know from that is Parappa.
Is he iconic? Yes, he is. That doesn't mean that it's a good game. You know.
He's the PlayStation mascot. He is the
I
Mario.
don't know if
he's
he's
the
a
Sonic.
PlayStation mascot. I don't know if that's true. You know,
Oh,
it could be.
Agree to disagree there. I don't think he's the PlayStation mascot.
If anybody's a PlayStation mascot, it's the apes from Ape Escape. You know.
I don't. You know what? I'm gonna not agree with that either.
Oh, come on, Lane. Do
No.
you not like? Do you
I
not
never played Ape Escape.
Okay, all right. So you can't.
What?
Really,
You've never played Ape Escape?
No,
you
I
can't.
never felt the need to go round up a bunch of monkeys.
I mean, listen. Don't knock it till you try it.
Okay, it's fair.
Okay.
It's like catching Pokemon.
I don't know about that.
Is it?
It's not
Is
that.
it
I'm gonna.
I don't think it is.
I don't think it's
Legends
the
of
same.
Arceus gameplay is very akin to Ape Escape.
No, no, it's not. Not in the slightest.
You're setting up traps and stuff to catch the apes.
You're not just setting up traps.
What kind of traps you been setting up to catch these Pokemon?
They'll all hide in a bush, throw some berries in the direction, and then hit him in the back of the head.
Oh, okay. Anyway, I could see a couple of things that Sony, is putting in the works for a multiplayer game, but I think that their priority. Oh, they could probably go back to Ghost of Tsushima and make the Legends.
Legend.
Yeah, make Legends just a good thing.
I got an old school pick.
What's that?
SOCOM.
Ooh. They don't have Call of Duty anymore, so let's make our own. Yeah, I like that.
But would they keep if they didn't have Call of Duty? Would they make like SOCOM still like hardcore, like tactical, or would it be just more like casual? I should say.
I think it would be. I think it'd still keep its hardcore nature. I think it'd almost be akin to like a Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could.
That'd be
that.
cool.
That'd be very cool. We're talking about Sony making multiplayer games, but is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Do we want that? Do we hate the idea of Sony focusing on multiplayer games?
I mean, as long as it doesn't like completely take away from
the
other studios making single player games, which I don't necessarily see it doing.
Okay.
So I don't really think it's too much of a problem. Like, I mean, yeah, they could probably use their own like standalone like good multiplayer game. So
okay. Now, would you be upset if they just so the multiplayer games, would you be upset if they didn't have a campaign? So like SOCOM, if they just focused on the multiplayer, charged you $40 for it instead of the whole 70?
I mean, not necessarily. Like, if it was good enough, not necessarily.
Okay. All right. Ryan, what about you?
Okay, so for me, it is. I don't own a PlayStation to play with other people.
Okay.
I own a PlayStation for these amazing, unlike anything else, single player experiences, which I'm hoping to experience Friday with Horizon Forbidden West.
Let me guess, you got one
Friday.
of these guys to play a fucking multiplayer games with your friends?
No, I got the one that looks like a mini fridge.
I'm still looking for that mini fridge. Still looking for that mini fridge.
No. I think no, between Xbox and PC is where I play most of my multiplayer games. But that's just because I think shooters feel better on mouse and keyboard, though.
Yeah.
I just think PlayStation doesn't need to fall back into where they were kind of fun, but like the Naughty Dog PlayStation 3 era where there was always a weird shoehorned in multiplayer to these 10 out of 10 games that was like, oh yeah, and then you can play weird third person cover Gears of War with Uncharted characters, 3v3.
And you didn't
Like,
like that. You didn't like that God of War like multiplayer, like the God of War
oh
Ascension
my god,
multiplayer.
the God of War Ascension multiplayer was terrible. Fixed camera arena combat, my favorite.
Yeah, everyone loves that.
But that was like a really weird thing they did, and I think some of the resources went to those, and that's why some of those games aren't as good. I'm looking at you, God of War Ascension. You were a bad God of War game. But so I think as long as there's a good balance to it, it'll be fine. I
Yeah.
just think don't go back to that era where every single one of your major titles had this lumped on multiplayer just because multiplayer was a popular thing back then.
Yeah.
No, I mean I agree. I feel like they can see what's been working with God of War, Uncharted 4, Last of Us 2, Ghost of Tsushima. Even though Ghost of Tsushima had a Legends mode, it was good.
Yeah.
But even take away the Legends mode, Ghost of Tsushima it was a good game. Like you can see all of those working. Like if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
Like keep pumping out. That's your marquee thing is you pump out very good single player games. Like don't stop doing that. That's what clearly people want that because they're selling well.
Yeah.
So like don't stop that just because you bought a studio that can make a good multiplayer game. Don't put all your eggs in that one basket.
So just to double check, Ghost of Tsushima is not on PC, right? It's just like
Uh,
older games that they've been
I
putting
don't
on.
think so. I think it's only on
Let me
PlayStation.
open Steam real quick.
Okay.
They've been adding so many games to
I think Horizon was the
PC.
one that just got put
Okay.
on PC.
Because I was gonna ask, Ghost of Tsushima on PC does it have Legends?
Oh, I
It
mean,
is
it's still
not on
it's
PC.
going anywhere. I feel like it could be on like
PC.
it's gonna get Legends is gonna get on there.
It's not on PC, but God, does Activision have the balls to be selling Call of Duty Ghosts for $60 still
Yes.
on
Yes, they do.
PC?
Yes, they do.
Oh my
Xbox is
god.
like, we
Old.
gotta make a profit somehow, you know?
This is where the money comes back.
Yes. Yes.
No.
Does that mean the multiplayer games that Sony eventually starts making, will those be multi-platform? What do we think about that?
It's a possibility. It could go either way. Honestly, depends on the game, I
But you
think.
probably
It's
need like a PlayStation Plus subscription or whatever their
Are you
Game Pass.
talking between PC and
Yes.
it or X's? Oh, I'm like,
I'm
how
ta-
big are we going
I'm
here?
talking about, let's say they put out SOCOM, the next generation, whatever the hell you call it. Put it out on PC, same date as PS5.
So
And also,
the Xbox play.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I could 100% see them doing that. That doesn't seem out of the question.
Wow.
But the other side of me is they are a old school playing Japanese company. They have always played it old school.
Yeah,
And if there's something Japanese companies don't like to do, it's work with other companies and all that. So I do not see them at all doing it for a lot of those reasons.
yeah,
It's
They
something
came up
that
and said that. Oh, sorry.
it's something that is a possibility for a lot of like Santa Monica, all that, but I don't think a lot of like Sony Studios, the stuff out of Japan would do.
yeah.
So it really just depends.
Okay.
Yeah. The only thing I know is they've come out and said, I'm pretty sure Destiny is still going to be multi-platform. Like that's still going to be on everything.
Yes.
But then the other ones, I kind of feel like it'll maybe, I don't know if they've said specifically, but I kind of feel like it'll be like Xbox where it's like with Obsidian or whatever, where it's like, yeah, it's a case by case basis. Like, it's up to our discretion. Like, if they want to make a new game and only put it on PlayStation, like not even on PC, like they could easily do that. But I could also see them making another game and putting it on multi-platform. Like,
Well, I'll never forget it was when they put Minecraft on the PS3 and you see that Xbox Microsoft logo when you boot that game up.
Yeah.
yeah,
I think it's stuff like that. So I think they'll both want to have things like that every so often.
but yeah, no, I agree.
Okay. All right. I'm just testing the waters, see what you guys think. We were supposed to have a listener question by some schmuck called Eric Ginn, but he didn't call in to ask us
What
any questions. The
God.
guy that
Oh,
plays
Eric.
this game the most and benefits, I guess, from this the most, had the balls to not even call in.
He is a Sony pony and
And
a Destiny guy.
Exactly. And the son of a gun decided not even bother calling in.
Busy
That's-
taking care of his child or
Oh
something.
yeah, you know, like that baby doesn't need all your attention.
Being a responsible father.
Yeah, unbelievable, this guy. So I guess let's see. Do you guys have anything that you guys want to talk about? Nothing.
Who's excited for these next 2 Fridays?
I mean, I'm excited for this Friday. You know, I am, genuinely excited to play Horizon Zero Dawn, which is weird for me because
Yeah, no, I'm excited as well. I hope the story is better than last time.
yeah.
I am generally not picking up Horizon Zero Dawn.
Wow.
I didn't like the first one. I keep hearing this game is better,
Yeah.
but I can't commit to it when I know Elden Ring comes out the next week.
Listen, Ryan, here's what I'll do. Here's what I'll do. You know me. I will definitely. I hated the first one, so I will definitely give you the lowdown if this game is better, if you should waste your time picking this up, or if you should not.
Yeah, let me know this is good because I've been hearing a lot of mixed things here.
Okay. All right.
Very least, I know the gameplay is going to be better. But
I hope so.
You know, because I thought the gameplay was fine. Just I didn't care about any of the characters besides.
Yeah, no. Then that game's like 60 hours long, so I have to care about the people.
See, I didn't give a shit about anybody. I barely even knew the main character's name. You know, I just knew she was a redhead and she was like, I might be a clone or somebody. I'm not really sure, but like, what's going on? I was born from a mountain. I don't really know what's happening there.
Spoilers for the first game.
If you haven't played the first game yet, then that's on you. Okay, I have nothing to say.
Hey, to be fair, 2018 was already a stacked year.
Yeah, and it's 4 years later, so
right.
You know,
that was 2018.
I think so. 2017, maybe.
No, God of War and Spider-Man were 2018. That was 2017 and 2016.
Let's see. I got here 2017. Yeah, 2017.
2017, right? Because Zelda came out in the same month.
Yeah, yeah. So
a better game.
If you haven't played it, it's been 5 years. If you haven't played it, then I'm sorry to spoil everything for you, but it is what it is. Sorry.
Look, if nothing else, even if I don't care about the story, I'm still probably going to have at least a good amount of fun shooting some robot dinosaur creatures with a bow and arrow.
Yeah, I just hope that I hope that it's a better game. You know, fingers crossed.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
I also agree.
Gosh, we got like 15 minutes left. Do we have anything else we gotta talk about?
Next Friday.
What?
The other Friday.
Oh yes.
I am very excited. I've been looking at these classes getting released.
My sources have told me. Go ahead, Lane.
I was like, Ryan, are you gonna do some jolly cooperation?
Oh, I'll be jolly cooperating. I hear that's a major part of this one.
Oh, interesting.
My sources have told me this game sucks.
I don't trust your sources.
No.
I'm just.
I don't know who your sources are. Your sources just you yourself.
Then you got to go to next month for that, where arguably the best game of the year is coming out, which will be Strangers of Paradise, Final Fantasy.
No, Ryan.
Is it going to be the best game?
Ryan, you are going to be so disappointed when that game scores a 2 out of 10. So disappointed.
I think it's going to get at least A 7 out of 10.
If that game gets, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Okay, I'm telling you right now, it is not gonna happen.
What if you're going to do if this movie is like B movie good?
Like, are you saying B movie as in the B movie?
No, I'm talking
Like B level.
Stop,
I
like
think
B
usually
level.
it's like so
Okay.
bad it's good.
So bad it's good. Where like the gameplay in it's actually solid enough that
gameplay-
it can have the dumbest story
The
possible.
gameplay
and
was solid. However, I just, as much faith I have in Square Enix, I don't see this game doing well at all.
you see, they said the same thing about a little game featuring Mickey Mouse and some anime characters
No,
many years
that's
ago.
different. That's
And
different.
it turned into a major franchise.
It's totally different because that was something that they actually, that was a formula that they actually have done at least 10 times.
Under no circumstance do I see Stranger Paradise being like a new IP for like a new like long running like thing for Square.
God, I hope not.
No, this is where Square is going. Screw that
No,
Chrono
no.
Trigger remake I've
Nope.
been wanting for years.
No, stop. We still need Final Fantasy 16. Okay. So I'm hoping.
Yeah, no, that's Stranger Paradise. That's what. That's what's
No,
gonna
we
happen.
don't want
We
Strangers in
cancel
Paradise.
Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah.
We're gonna head straight into Stranger Paradise 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, I would be so upset. I'd be like, fire whoever's in charge.
I would riot.
Yeah, I would also riot.
I also need my Final Fantasy 7 remake part 2 out of
Yes.
2 out of 10 or whatever.
Oh, I can't wait! I can't wait for us to this end in the middle of the desert.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm okay with that. As long as we get to fight Sephiroth again, you know?
Dun dun dun.
Yeah. All right. I guess we're gonna go into final thoughts, guys. Are we excited for Sony's acquisition of Bungie? Are we excited for the future of Bungie? What do we think, Lane?
I guess I'm excited, but I'm just more interested to see what they're gonna do because like I'm excited to see what like whatever the new thing they're gonna work on besides Destiny is. Because like I already know Destiny's good. Like, you know, that's not a
Yeah.
you know, I'm like, okay, more Destiny, that's great. But like what else are you gonna do? Show me that new thing you're working on that you won't tell me about.
Okay. All right. Ryan.
As much shit as I give Eric about Destiny, I also put about 1,000+ hours into those
You
games.
son of a bitch.
Oh, I know. I'm willing to admit the game is trash, but I love it.
Okay. All right.
But no, someone who really likes Destiny. I am personally excited. I think Sony they handle all their studios with such care and grace. They really make sure that they may not be pumping out a game every year or something or every 2 years, but what comes out of their studios is top-notch class every time.
Oh yeah.
It's not that cheap bottom shelf liquor. This is top shelf we're going to when you're going to a Sony made game.
Yeah.
And so I think with that kind of care, time, and no, not someone like Activision throwing down their necks for the next big moneymaker because that's their business strategy is we pump out games every year.
Yep.
I think whatever this next IP for Bungie will be something very special.
I hope so.
Let's hope.
And also, let's hope it's single player.
Let's not.
Yeah, let's hope it's single player. We don't need more. We don't need Bungie to keep working on freaking.
Yeah, I know
multiplayer.
Bungie can make a good story and good lore. Just give me more like, yeah, I would love another single player game from them.
Yeah, man. Come on. It's about time. All right, it's about time, Ryan. We gotta
I mean,
get back to.
if you got no friends, Destiny 2's single player.
That's touche. Okay, you got me there.
What if they made a single player Destiny game, like a single player game in the Destiny universe?
If they were all right, now we're gonna get into some Destiny lore real quick, and that's gonna be Aaron Morn, who got trapped in the bottom of the moon for a very, very long time and almost had the darkness take over.
Yeah,
Let me
that can be
play
a whole game.
let me play that story.
Give me the last word and like Thorn lore in a game.
Yes, give me a story about the space cowboys.
Yeah,
Space
yeehaw.
Cowboys. Gotta love
Red Dead
space.
2 in space.
Oh, I thought you said Dead Space, and that just
Dead Space in space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. I for one am excited. I could see them turning this into a show a la the Last of Us TV show. I'm not saying it could be live action, but I'm sure Sony's got the props to make it a live action show.
Well, you notice how that got its name taken away.
Has it?
It's not called Last of Us the show or like Last of Us.
It's called The First of Us.
It has a new name now. They
I'm
took
looking
away
at-
like any branding to Last of Us.
Let's see. Oh, I just see 5 hours ago the show is not coming out this year, which is kind of upsetting. There's
No, this was going on Twitter like last week.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I could definitely see it turning into like a big production thing that they have, or if they want to make it, live action. I hope that they don't make it live action because then it'll start to look like
all the stuff you can do. Just give me a good animated show.
it could probably look like the shitty looking Halo TV show that is coming out.
Okay, I don't think the Halo show is
that looks like a
Stop! It
fan
looks
made.
so fan made.
I'm
It
not
looked-
gonna say okay. I'm not gonna say it looks like the best thing ever, but I'm like it's not that bad. God, you people are acting like it's,
The only thing that looks
act like some
good.
dude made it in his backyard.
The only thing that looks good is Master Chief. That's it.
No, 7 to 10 well-established college students made it in their backyard.
Oh, I thought you were reading that from a news release.
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm hopeful. I think that this is going to be a good thing for both parties, and I'm excited for the future of what Destiny and Bungie can bring to.
I just thought of something. What Destiny could do is they could get the people from those live action commercials that they did, and just give them make them into the show.
I totally forgot that Destiny did live action.
Before Destiny 2 came out, they had those live action commercials. They could just take those people,
yeah.
and then just be like, "All right, you guys, what are you guys up to? Just make a show about it."
Totally forgot about that.
Yeah, they would have one for every season.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, those were really fun.
Should they do it? Probably not. I think they should just make an animated show because it would look way better.
Yeah.
I think they should make an anime. As the anime
That's
aficionado.
Yeah, give me like a Castlevania style Destiny show.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We shall see.
I guess we're gonna do some. Hold on, give me a sec. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm working on something here. I'm definitely not making the thumbnail right now. Where can people find you, Ryan? I'm definitely not taking this.
Okay, we're doing plugs. All right.
Yes,
People can find me at they can find me over at RyanLine3055 on Twitter for whatever and wherever I am on this wild world of the internet.
Okay, cool.
And also hot takes.
Of course. God, this guy has so many hot takes like Final Fantasy Origin.
Coming out of a microwave.
If I don't believe in it, no one will.
Nobody does. Nobody does.
I'm honestly not even sure if No More believes in it, and he believes in a lot of things.
I think what it is, Ryan, is you have a poster of it in your bedroom right next to your bed, and you cried at yourself to sleep at night. Just
I will go buy a poster of it. I'll ask my GameStop whatever post they slam in the window.
I don't even think they'll have a poster.
No one's gonna want to take that home when they get done with it,
God,
so
no.
they're just gonna throw that away.
Yeah, not as done to die for it.
Lane, where can people find you?
Oh man. At link_394 on Twitter. Yeah, that's where I post most of my stuff. I don't really get on too many other socials that often. So
Okay, cool. And of course, you can find me here on the Penultimate Conquest. I will probably be doing some streaming on Friday. What am I playing? It's definitely not going to be. Crap, I forgot the game that's coming out this weekend.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
It's going to be Horizon Zero Dawn. It's not going to be Forbidden West because
Nice.
I'm
I was
picking up-
really expect.
Go ahead.
I don't know what I was expecting out of. Yeah, I was expecting.
yeah.
I'm gonna give it
Some-
another shot. I started it last year, and I just haven't gotten a chance to go back to it, just because it's been hectic and life, you know. So we'll see. All right, guys. I guess this is the end of the show. Next week we'll probably be doing some Pokemon stuff. I think I spoke to John about also talking about Platinum Games and their shift
And the
to-
Direct.
Yes. Oh, yes, that's right. The Nintendo Direct recap
Oh.
and Platinum Games wanting to shift to bigger. I think they said multiplayer. I could be wrong.
From what it sounded like, it sounded almost like they wanted to do
Games
games
as a service. Ugh.
which I do not trust Platinum to do that very well.
And if anybody has listened to this show for the past 51 episodes, we've talked about games as a service a lot, especially with Avengers. So go see how we feel about games as a service.
Our number 3rd game of the year, 2020,
Stop,
Avengers.
It wasn't third. It definitely was
Didn't it
lower.
get
It was
third?
definitely lower than that.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
I put in my head it had 3rd.
No. It was just Anthony and
Eric.
promoting that horrible game. All right, guys. I will see you next week. Same time, same place.
All right.
All right. Have a good one. Bye.